How do I get into a great college with a low GPA? In fact, I've been a college admissions consultant for almost 15 years now, and I will say that the weakest student we've ever helped get into an Ivy League school had a 3.3 unweighted GPA, which meant that there were B's and a few C's on the transcript. So how do we get this student into a top school with a low GPA? But I do want to put one disclaimer out there that by no means am I saying that we could get every student with a 3.3 GPA into an Ivy League or a top school. However, this has happened before in the past. We were able to get this student in because of different factors. And I will argue that if you have a low GPA, what that means is you need to compensate for that with incredible extracurricular activities and incredible personal statements and essays. These are the two factors I would really emphasize on if you want to get into a great college with a low GPA. And so the extracurricular activities need to be unique and differentiated. You can't just be part of a school organization or volunteer at the hospital and expect to get into a great school. Your extracurriculars need to be super unique that no one else has. For example, we had one student who wanted to major in journalism and English, and what we had him do was fight for prisoners of conscience who've been wrongly imprisoned for voicing their freedom of speech, and create an organization around this cause. And this same student even conducted research on social justice, such as prisoner reform, people who've been wrongly imprisoned for voicing their freedom of speech based on different factors like their age, their gender, their ethnic background, their perspectives that they share with society. And so creating a unique extracurricular profile really comes down to being president or founder of your nonprofit, but also doing academic research to really help yourself stand out. We had a student who was really interested in paleontology and dinosaurs. And so he would volunteer at a museum where he would, analyze environmental and social constructs and the history of how civilization came to be. Everything from birds to dinosaurs to plants. This student was really, really passionate about not only environmental sustainability, but also living things and organisms. And he wrote about this in his main college application essay. And so doing internships, doing academic research, showcasing your leadership through national organizations that you founded, and really, having amazing impact on the society in which we live, and also getting featured in the press for your cause. These are different factors that you can do to really maximize your odds of acceptance. So I will say that if you're a student with a low GPA, your extracurricular activities really have to stand out. They have to be unique and differentiated, and we really need to see your leadership and your commitment to service. Beyond that, it's really going to come down to your personal statements and essays. How do you frame your personal qualities or inject your personal qualities into your essays to help you stand out? I get asked this question all the time: how do you make your essays personal, right? And that's really the trick here. And I will argue that most students and even most college admissions counselors themselves, they don't know how to make the essays personal. Especially in this day and age where everyone has access to ChatGPT, and I will argue that ChatGPT can write a better essay than your average high school student. And so what that means is that your essays need to be orders of magnitude better than what ChatGPT can write, which to me as a college admissions consultant is fascinating. Because what this means is that it's really a competition between man against machine. Who can write the better college admissions essay? And so we have different tactics and strategies on how to make your essays unique and personal. that really defines who you are? Is it cooking Gordon Ramsay's favorite recipes that spark your interest in scientific experimentation, right? Or is it munching on eel rolls and watching Game of Thrones that spark your interest in ancient civilization and history? These are personal qualities of yours that we would like to get a flavor of, especially for applicants who are applying to top schools who want to make your essays unique. So again, if you're a student with a low GPA or low test scores, it is not the end of the world. We've helped students get into Ivy Leagues and other top schools like Berkeley or Northwestern or Johns Hopkins with a low GPA. But you really have to compensate for that through amazing, unique extracurricular activities and passion projects to further a social mission or cause. You need to have amazing essays and personal statements. And of course, ideally, you want to have incredible letters of recommendation and also perform well in the interview process to maximize your odds of acceptance. So it's not all about GPA and test scores. However, ideally, you want a complete college admissions profile. And if you're a student with a lower GPA and lower test scores, then you really want to compensate with all these other factors. If you like what we talked about today, definitely hit the subscribe button, and we'll be releasing more valuable and helpful videos to help you navigate this complex college admissions process.